Okay, f of x is the same as what? What is f of x the same as? Y. Very good. So here, the equation is really y equals -1. That's what that means. F of x equals -1. And here it's y equals 2x. And here it's y equals 6. When they give you restrictions here, on this side, you're going to look for what two numbers we need to build walls at. What two numbers do you see there the most? 3 and? 0. So one of the walls is at 0, which is right here. Just draw like a little dotted line there. And one is at 3. So we're going to draw two vertical lines at 0 and 3. How many areas have I just divided that graph into? 3. The one on the left, the one between the walls, which I call where the rats live, and the one on the right, right? So the first equation goes on the left, y equals -1. Y equals 2x goes in the middle, and y equals 6 goes on the right, because y equals 6 is for when x is bigger than 3. Where is it bigger than 3? On the right side of the graph, on the right side of the wall. Where is it between 0 and 3? Right in the middle of the walls. And where is it less than 0? On the left side of the wall. You got it? So you're putting the equation where it goes on the graph. And then you're going to graph that equation only in that section of the graph. You're not going to cross the wall, ever. So y equals -1 is a horizontal line at -1. It looks like that. Got it? It's just a straight line at -1. Y equals -1 is a horizontal line. The slope is 0, right? It's y equals 0x minus 1. The slope is 0. It's Kansas, flat line. Y equals 6, which is in this section, is a horizontal line at 6. So that goes this way. So if it's equal a number, it's just a horizontal line at that number, okay? So now we have to figure out if we put donuts or dots in the picture. If we have a less than or greater than sign, we put a donut. And if we have a less than or equal to or greater than or equal sign, we put a dot. So let's go look at each one of the left and the right. It says x is less than or equal to 0. So over here, we're going to put a dot. You got it?
I don't see the dot.
It's right there, right below where I put the line of x equals -1 on that left side. There's a dot at -1.
Oh.
I put a big old dot at -1. On the one on the right, it says x is greater than 3. So this is a donut at the wall. The only places you put donuts and dots are at the wall. Okay? Because it doesn't include that value. It's anything right after 3, right? So now the middle wall. This is the one that's going to give us a little bit of trouble, but not bad, okay? We're going to plug in the two wall numbers. So what is 2 times 0? 0. So 0, 0. And that's going to be a donut because it's a less than sign and there's no greater than. And when you put in a 3, what is 2 times 3? 6. So that's going to be a dot. And dots override donuts. And then you're going to connect these two lines together. So for the section to the left of the graph, it's that line at -1. For the section between the walls, it's that 2x line. And for the section after the wall, it's y equals 6 line. So you see how one starts and the other one takes over and then that one starts. So you're just graphing 3 different lines on one graph. Each one has its own area that it pertains to.